Hi, I'm Chad with Move4 Guitar. This lesson is from our series Beginner Jazz Chords. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you 3 ways to play a diminished 7th chord. First off, if you like all the chord diagrams for this series, including the diagrams for this lesson, you can download our free eGuide, Beginner Jazz Chords, by clicking the link on the screen. So I'm going to teach you 3 ways to play a diminished 7th chord, and these are really common in jazz and more advanced types of music. You're not going to find them so much in popular music or popular rock or anything like that, but like I said, they're really common in jazz, so you definitely need to learn these if you want to get into jazz or more advanced blues or anything like that. And I'm going to show you 3 ways to play these, one with the root on the 6th string, one with the root on the 5th string, and one with the root on the 4th string. And if you've never heard these before, they're really dissonant chords, but you'll get used to the sound. And once you learn how to use them in the right situations, they're really useful to use and really fun to use. So the one with the root on the 6th string is what I'll start with, and that's a G diminished 7th. And these are movable chords like all the chords I've shown you in this series, and the lowest note is your root, so whatever your lowest note is, that's the name of the chord. Since my lowest note is G, this is a G diminished 7th, but I can move it up here, that'd be an A diminished 7th. So G diminished 7th sounds like this. And you fret this with your 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. With your 1st finger, you create a little bar and catch the 4th string through the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. So there's a little bar right there. But you're fretting in front of that with your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. So you're only really fretting 2 notes with your 1st finger. You're only using your 1st finger to get 2 notes to ring out, which is the 4th string 2nd fret and the 2nd string 2nd fret. That's one way you can play it. Another way, instead of creating that bar, is to use your 3rd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, your 1st finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, your 4th finger on the 3rd string 3rd fret, and your 2nd finger on the 2nd string 2nd fret. So that's another way you could fret that. And this one is voiced root, diminished 7th, minor 3rd, diminished 5th, or root, double flat 7, flat 3, flat 5. The next one with the root on the 5th string is going to be a C diminished 7th, but again, movable chord, so there's no open strings, and the lowest note is a root, so whatever your lowest note is, that's the name of the chord. And this one, the C diminished 7th, sounds like this. And you fret this with your 2nd finger on the 5th string 3rd fret, your 3rd finger on the 4th string 4th fret, your 1st finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and your 4th finger on the 2nd string 4th fret. And this one's voiced root, diminished 5th, diminished 7th, minor 3rd, or root, flat 5, double flat 7, flat 3. And the last version with the root on the 4th string is going to be in F diminished 7th. Again, no open strings, so movable chord, your lowest note is the root, so whatever your lowest note name is, that's the name of the chord. So here's an F diminished 7th. And this one you fret with your 1st finger on the 4th string 3rd fret, your 3rd finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, your 2nd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and your 4th finger on the 1st string 4th fret. Or you could create a bar with your 1st finger in the 3rd fret and then grab the 3rd string in the 4th fret with your 2nd finger and the 1st string in the 4th fret with your 3rd finger. And that would look like this. And one of the cool things about diminished 7th chords is that once you know one fingering, one way to play it, you can play that chord, that fingering up and down the fretboard playing the same chord. So what I mean by that is, if you took this F diminished 7th again, I can move this up 3 frets at a time, 1, 2, 3. That's another F diminished 7th, just with the notes in a different order, so it's what's called an inversion. So this is root position. This is what's called first inversion. So it's all the same notes I played down here, just in a different order. And I can do that all the way up the neck 4 times. So I can move up 1, 2, 3. Now I have another F diminished seventh, just with the notes in a different order. 1, 2, 3. Another F diminished seventh, notes in a different order. 1, 2, 3. I'm back to the original one in octave higher. This is an F diminished seventh in root position. So once you learn one fingering, you can play it up and down the fretboard. And you'll hear that a lot where that'll be done really fast in different styles of music, especially in like gypsy jazz, but in most types of jazz that's done pretty often. You can recognize it once you hear it. And you could do that with any of the voicings. I could do it with the G diminished seventh that I started with on the 6th string. Move it up 3 frets, 1, 2, 3. That's another G diminished seventh, just a different inversion. So the notes are in a different order. And that's because diminished sevenths are symmetrical chords. All their intervals are the same distance apart from each other, which are a minor third, which on the guitar is 3 frets. So that means that if you play one fingering of it, you can move it up 3 frets at a time and you're going to have the same chord, just a different inversion. Another cool thing is that any of those notes in the chord can actually be the root of that chord, but I'm not going to get into that in this lesson. If you want to learn more about that, check out our Music Theory for Guitar course. So that's 3 ways to play diminished seventh chords. If you'd like to learn more beginner jazz chords, be sure to check out the rest of the lessons in the series, and be sure to download the eGuide. All the diagrams are in there, and be sure to subscribe because we had at least one new lesson every day.